Welcome to Drinks with Danny and Joe.
I'm Danny.
And I'm Joe.
And on today's episode, we are drinking...
A pineapple dark and stormy.
Yes. And what is in a pineapple dark and stormy?
Okay, so a pineapple dark and stormy is a variation on a regular dark and stormy. And a regular dark and stormy is as follows, according to the Bartender's Black Book. You fill a tall glass with ice, 2 ounces of dark rum, fill with ginger beer, garnish with lime. It's also called a Jamaican mule.
Oh, fair enough.
So that makes sense, because it's basically a mule, but with dark rum instead of vodka.
Yeah.
So the pineapple dark and stormy is equal parts pineapple juice, ginger beer, and dark rum. Which, if I'm being honest, I did a 3 count of each, but I did not pour the same, so there's a heavier pour on the ginger beer than there was on the pineapple juice.
Okay.
And then a heavier pour on the pineapple juice than there was on the vodka, or on the rum.
Rum. Okay.
We use spice rum instead of dark rum, so it's going to have a little bit different flavor, but I think it's going to be really good.
I mean, it's got like a very nice kind of...
It looks like a proper
amber
mixed drink.
Yeah, it's like a nice amber color, would you say? Like a light amber color?
Yeah, like opaque.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks good. Let's try it.
Let's try. That's pretty good.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
I
that's
like
good.
that.
Yeah. That's a refreshing summer drink.
Oh my gosh, it is. It's very pineapple-y. Like, you don't get a burn from alcohol.
Yeah.
It's got a nice little bubble from the ginger beer. The ginger beer adds a nice kind of tang to the pineapple, because pineapple can be a little sweet.
Yeah. For me, this drink is the perfect at the beach tiki hut drink.
That's so good.
Like a daiquiri.
Yeah. Well, I like daiquiris. Like, they have their time and place. But I think I would prefer something on the rocks as opposed to blended.
Right. I don't like necessarily frozen drinks, like a blended frozen drink, kind of like a daiquiri. Every once in a while they're okay, especially if it's super hot. Then it's kind of nice.
Yes, because then it
Plus,
melts a
when
little
you
bit.
finish all your booze, you have usually a cup full of ice.
That has residual booze.
Needs to melt, and then it's got flavor. So that's nice. But one of my favorite beach vacation pastimes is finding a tiki hut on the beach and just sitting and watching people and drinking at like 11 in the morning.
I would love that, but I would add reading in it.
Nope.
I would bring a book or a Kindle, and I would read, watch people.
No interest in reading. I just want to drink and watch people.
That would be, because
maybe listen to music. I do like it if they have music playing.
Because it's still pretty chilly out. I would love to go to the beach right now. Just nice, warm, clear water. Mm-hmm. But that would also be in the Caribbean, because,
No, Florida also has nice, warm, clear water.
Do they? Okay.
Yeah.
Where we are, we have no nice, clear water.
No.
But that just sounds fantastic.
Also, the Bahamas are like a 90-minute ride.
Oh, see?
They're not far.
We need to have a weekend
not from
trip.
here. But,
anyway, but this almost makes me want to put an umbrella with like bits of pineapple, a cherry,
Yeah, give it a little garnish.
Yeah, but with the umbrella.
Mm-hmm.
But I like this a lot.
Yeah, it's good.
I feel like this can be deadly though.
Oh yeah.
Because it was how much would you say roughly how much rum is in both of our drinks? Because I know you combined it into both.
So it's like a shot. It's not a lot.
So we have half a shot each, roughly, or a shot each?
No, a shot each.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's not too bad. That's not too much. But you have 2 or 3 of these?
Oh, yeah. You're going to be lit up like the 4th of July.
But you'll be outside and hot, which makes it even worse.
Yeah. So you're going to be super dehydrated and drunk.
Yes.
And maybe overheating.
Yes. So
sounds like a fun weekend.
Drink plenty of water, guys. But this one's really good. I like this one a lot.
Yeah, it is good.
And I'm glad that we didn't add the lime juice to it.
Yeah, I think it's good without it.
Our last drink from last week was a little overly lime.
Yeah, it was a little strong.
A little bit. But it was good.
Yeah. Okay, so I thought this week we could talk about quotes that have been butchered to serve people's purposes.
Oh, throughout the years? Okay.
Because, like, for instance, there's a common quote. Let me pull it up.
It's so
I have it on
common.
my
He
phone.
has it written on his phone.
I have it on my phone.
Is that the one that you had me read?
Yeah.
At dinner?
Mm-hmm. And we're going to talk about why.
Okay.
Okay, so people like to say, the way they say it is, a little knowledge is a dangerous thing.
I've heard that.
And what they mean by that is that knowing a little bit gives you some kind of great power, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're getting at, is that you know a little bit, so you're dangerous. Like, people can't mess with you.
Okay.
But the original quote that comes from is, a little learning is a dangerous thing. Drink deep or taste not the pure in spring. Their shallow draughts intoxicate the brain, and drinking largely sobers us again.
Okay, you're going to have to break it down for me.
So basically what it's saying is that a little knowledge is dangerous because it makes you think you have a lot of knowledge. But a lot of knowledge will make you understand that you don't know that much, essentially.
Oh, yeah.
So it's saying, like, if you only know a little bit about a subject,
Mm-hmm.
these are the people that use this quote. You're more dangerous because you don't know what you don't know. You know what I mean?
I think so.
The most confident people you will ever meet are dumb as shit. They're just dumb.
Well, because they don't
But
know
they don't
anything.
know they're dumb.
Yeah.
So they're the ones that are constantly spouting off at the mouth.
Oh, spouting off bullshit.
Yeah. They know everything. You can't tell them anything. They have a little bit of knowledge. And it's a dangerous thing because they think they have a lot of knowledge.
It's funny that you say that because if I remember correctly, there was a TikTok, I think, that I watched the other day. Or saw the other day, whatever. Where they said, knowledge is being able to keep your mouth shut when people are spouting out stupid things. Like,
I would say that maybe that's wisdom.
Maybe that's what I'm trying to remember what it was, but it was basically like keeping to yourself and just letting them, like, knowing that they're saying something wrong,
Mm-hmm.
but just going, okay.
Well,
I do that a lot.
I think that there's grades to that. Say somebody's saying that armor-piercing bullets should be legal.
Mm-hmm.
And they truly believe it. And the reason they believe it is, like, blah, 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 and they're spouting off about it. Okay? It's okay to go, no, that's not right. Here's the actual facts.
Yeah.
But if somebody says, you know, the moon's made of cheese, you can let that one go.
Yeah. I'm like I said, I don't fully remember the quote, but it, like the TikTok, but it kind of went along with what you said.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm kind of like, damn, I should have saved it.
Yeah.
But I didn't know.
So the reason that I thought of that quote today, we went to dinner.
Yes.
And there was a woman sitting behind us.
Behind you.
Right, behind me.
I couldn't hear them very well.
We don't sit on the same side of the table. That would be insane.
Yes. Only insane people do that.
Yeah. Nutcases. What she was saying, she was talking about
A boot.
mirror neurons.
The fuck is that?
And the way she was talking about them was 100% not correct.
Mirror neurons?
Mirror neurons. So those are the neurons in your brain that make porn interesting to people.
Okay. Oh, was that when I heard her say something about when people are laughing, you will laugh like they do because you're around them.
Right. So she was saying that was mirror neurons, which it is not. Mirror neurons are neurons that say, that is me. Hold on.
I gave him a look like, So, of course, the good old Google comes out because you don't want to talk out your ass.
No, I don't mind talking out my ass.
Well, you do a fair amount.
I do. So, a mirror neuron is a neuron that fires both when an animal acts and when the animal observes the same action performed by another. It's a neuron where if you see, like in the porn example,
like monkey see, monkey do.
If you see people having sex on video,
Mm-hmm.
you get the same jolt from mirror neurons that you would if you were having sex.
I get
So that's why I say it's what makes porn interesting.
Yeah.
To people. The way she was using it was, she was basically saying that the people around you do things and then you do them because of mirror neurons, but that's not how mirror neurons work. Mirror neurons just give you pleasure when you see something somebody else is doing because it's as though you were doing it.
So it's kind of like when I watch crochet videos or like cake decorating videos. I get pleasure watching it.
Yeah, because it's like you're doing it.
Yes.
Yes. That's
Okay.
your mirror neurons at work.
Okay, that makes sense.
So it's not as much a monkey see, monkey do thing as a monkey see, I could be doing that thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was just making me want to just turn around and tell her, no, you're wrong, but you can't do that at the Olive Garden. You just can't.
I mean, you can, but
yeah,
it
but then you're an asshole.
Yes. I mean, I have called people out, but it's people that I know.
Yeah, and I think it's okay to call people out on their bullshit in a nice way.
Yeah, I try to do it in a nice way, but I'm not always super nice with it.
You have a very abrupt kind of very blunt way of saying things sometimes that I don't even think you really realize you're being as coarse as you are.
Yeah, there's a lot of the times where later I'll realize, I'll be like, oh man, that was really mean of me. And I've gone back and I've apologized. But a lot of the time it's like, no, you're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. And it's like, there are some people that I just go, okay, fine. And I just let it go because they will fight me to the nail.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay.
Did you say to the nail?
Tooth and nail?
Okay. It sounded like you said to the nail.
No, tooth and nail.
I think
that's the quote.
I think that's
tooth
correct.
And nail. They'll argue with me, and I've had it a couple times, and I'm just like, okay, that's how it is. Yep. Done.
Yep. Well, I think there's like a point when you just have to go, okay. Yeah. We're getting nowhere.
No.
You're not going to be changed. I'm not going to be changed. Let's agree to disagree.
I think that is also being the bigger person, which is also sometimes very hard for me.
Oh, is it? I had no idea.
I know.
This is news.
I do try and admit my defeats and my wrongness.
Mm-hmm.
Now, sometimes I will just be like, no, I'm not wrong. And I think I've done that to you a couple times where I'm just like, nope, I'm not wrong. I don't care. I'm not wrong. Like, your sister sent me this picture of Monopoly. Did she send it in the group chat?
No.
I wonder if I can find it. But it's like the table is turned over. Monopoly is everywhere. and it says, let me see if I can find it. Oh yeah. Monopoly went well. So the chairs turned over. Monopoly's everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And she sent that to me because I do not handle Monopoly well. And when we played it, I was like, I don't handle Monopoly well. I don't do Monopoly well. And we're like, okay, that's fine. We'll still play it. Yeah, no, she will not play Monopoly with me ever again.
No.
Because I don't know.
Well, she is a lot like a lot of our friends when it comes to games.
You follow the rules.
Like the rules are the rules, yeah. And you go by the rules, and there's no deviation from the rules, period.
Yeah.
Especially mid-game.
And I've grown up with kind of like you do homegrown rules with certain games.
I get the feeling you played I Win as a kid.
I did.
Yeah.
I still do sometimes.
Yeah.
Remember, you know how sometimes I'll look at you and then you blink and I go, I win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get the feeling that like the game you played was I win. Like whatever game it was, the game was I win.
Okay, so to go back in the story of the Monopoly, we were playing Monopoly and I got like chance or community chest or something. And it said,
I think it was community chest.
And it said you have to pay taxes on
every property on the board.
Well, I read it as my property at first. And then I was like, okay, that's fine. So I paid it. But then when we reread it more, it was every property on the board. And I was like, I'm not doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, but that's the rule. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. Like, I'm not doing it because I would have gone bankrupt.
Yeah.
And I would have lost.
That's how you lose the game.
I know.
And that's the point of the game is people have to lose.
And
It's like capitalism. People have to lose so some people can win.
Yes. And I said, I'm not doing that. And then, of course, the Monopoly game was done.
Yeah, that was it.
And now she won't ever play with me, which is fine.
No, it's bullshit because I have my book Monopoly that I've gotten to play one time because you had to have it your way.
We can play it again, just not with her.
No, we cannot. It's ruined.
But yes, I could not.
The game is tainted.
But the thing is now we look back on it. Like in the time, it was frustrating.
Yeah.
For both parties.
There was some anger flaring.
And it was New Year's too.
Was it?
It was.
Oh.
New Year's happened and we're just like, Happy New Year. It's like, motherfuckers. but now she sent me that.
Yeah.
So it's a funny thing. It's a funny thing for us now. It's like a inside joke type thing.
Yeah, and then I'm like, I'm gonna go over here. You guys do your thing.
But she sent that to me and it just made me laugh. Like, I laughed so hard when she sent that to me because we know, her and I both straight up know that we just don't play Monopoly together.
Yeah.
That's a hard line for us.
Yeah.
We just will never play
Monopoly I would
Monopoly
say maybe
together.
don't play Sorry either because that seems like a game that would get you guys.
No, I think we could do Sorry.
I don't know. That's like a cutthroat game.
You know what's really funny is for the longest time, I did not think that I was a sore loser.
Yeah. Or competitive.
No, I know I'm competitive.
Mm-hmm.
I just like to say I'm not competitive.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm competitive.
That's like me. I'm the least competitive person you'll ever meet.
When they do anything at work, I like if there's anything like we have to send links through my chart for patients to schedule themselves. I will have the most.
Yeah.
Period. I don't care. I will have not so much anymore. But when I was doing scheduling, I will have the most. And you know what? I did.
Mm-hmm.
Because I will be top dog.
Yeah.
I have that in me. And I hate that sometimes because you cannot be the best at everything. And that's another thing, is when I try something new, and if I'm not good at it right away, in the bin it goes. I don't always try it again.
I used to be that way.
Mm-hmm.
But with my eternal need for new hobbies, I can't be good at everything.
That leads us to our next little saying.
Well, to one of them.
Yeah. Well, to the one that you have. I have one of my own.
Yeah.
He can't use mine.
I was going to do yours first.
No. Oh. Well, this one segues into yours, so just go ahead and do yours.
Okay, so the other quote that I have, it's commonly said, Jack of all trades, master of none. Mm-hmm. Which is derogatory towards people who are jacks of all trades.
Which you are.
Basically saying, yeah, you know a lot of stuff, but you're not good at any of it. Mm-hmm. Which I take issue with because when I, like with the hobbies, when I pick up a new thing, I
master it.
Learn everything I can about it. Mm-hmm. And then it goes by the wayside. Because once the accrual of the specialty products you need for it and the learning of it and the mastering of it is done, there's nothing left in that hobby for me. Yeah. Except for it to be useful for me to know how to do later.
I feel like you like the eternal learning.
Yes.
You like to learn things.
Yes, which is why 3D printing is really a good hobby for me, because there's always something I can be learning.
Yeah, like you're on your, I forgot what that one app is or whatever, website thing, where you are creating that cube.
Yeah, that's FreeCAD.
Yeah, where you can create your own things.
Yeah, and I have to learn how to do it.
Yes.
And there's so much to learn on it, it's going to take me a long time.
Exactly. So that's
a good hobby for me.
That is a good hobby, because I have noticed that you are the eternal learner.
Yes.
You love learning it until basically you master it.
Yeah, and
then you're like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah. Which is not great, because then I have a whole hobby kit that is not going to get used.
We have
much.
sewing stuff. We have painting stuff.
Yeah.
What else do we have? We have 3D
photography
printing,
stuff.
photography, plants.
We have my 95 collections of things.
Your macrame.
Yeah.
Like what? That green one is macrame by you.
Yeah.
Like he can't sit still. He's got to be busy, but he's got to keep his mind learning. Like right now he's making these dumpsters. 3D printing these dumpsters, and he's making it to where he can put a battery pack and a light in it, but he's trying to figure out the best way to add the battery pack and the light and the switch. So he has been creating, he has 3 right there behind
4.
us. 4?
Yeah.
I see 3. Where's the 4th one?
It's just turned backwards.
Is it turned? Okay.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah, there's 4. But like they're all slightly different. You'll have to post pictures on Facebook with these.
Post the 4 prototypes.
But like they're all slightly different because he's trying to figure out the best way to put things. And it's fun to just watch him do it. And when he talks about some of this stuff, it goes way over my head because I'm not into 3D printing. That's not really my thing. The outcome of the stuff is fantastic. I think it's amazing, but it's not my thing.
Yeah, you also don't do 3D modeling or design or...
No, I can copy. I can't just create.
No.
I'm not very good at creating. You're good at creating.
I did take a class in Mastercam, which gave me like the basics of how to work like a 3D modeling software.
Okay.
But every one of them is different, and that's where I'm running into a lot of things with FreeCAD, because if I use AutoCAD, Inventor, or Fusion, which are 3D modeling softwares, those I can navigate around fairly well because they're very similar to Mastercam. Okay. So there's Mastercam, MasterCAD, I think.
Are they all free?
No.
That's why you use the FreeCAD, because it's free.
No, I use FreeCAD because the rest of them need Windows.
Oh, that's right. You were going to mention potentially putting them on my laptop.
Yeah, I was going to put Fusion on your computer because you have Windows still.
I do have Windows. He has Linux on his.
I would rather learn FreeCAD because it has all the functionality, but the controls are a little different. So I just have to figure out how they work.
But like you said, this is a great hobby for you because you're constantly learning and you're constantly evolving in your learning process.
Yeah. Plus, there's a lot of tinkering with the machinery to get it to work right, which is kind of right up my alley.
Yeah. See, I can't do that. Like, if I don't get it right the first time, I kind of lose interest. Yeah. I'm like, meh.
Well, with fixing machines, if I lost interest and was like, meh, after it didn't work the first time, I'd be really bad at my job.
But I've done that. I'm like, meh, I wasn't good at it.
So, but with the Master of None thing.
Oh, yes. Continue with the quote.
The full quote I have right here. And the full quote is, Jack of all trades, master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one.
Oh, nice.
Meaning, if you have a jack of all trades, right?
Yes.
And a plumber.
Yes.
The plumber can do plumbing.
Yes.
He can't build your cabinet for you.
Right.
The jack of all trades
can do that.
Can probably do both.
Yeah.
I grew up around building houses and construction and stuff along those lines. My grandfather was a house builder. My dad was always building something. I was a plumber, and then I went to school for electrical. So essentially, I can build a house.
Yeah. And you have been helping with your parents. And anytime any sort of something happens with my dad's house, that obviously my dad knows how to do a lot of the stuff too.
Yeah, he can do it, but it's good to have help.
Yeah. He will call you. Like, he's like, hey, come on. Come help me. Same with my sister.
Yeah.
She's like, hey, Joe.
Yeah.
Can you help Like, they don't ask for my help. Hardly ever. They ask for your help. And then, of course, I tag along.
Yeah.
Because, except for when you put the smoker on the trailer or whatever. Because I was at work.
Yeah.
But.
And that wasn't really a technical job.
No, not really. But.
I need help moving this giant smoker.
Yes, but you've helped my dad with plumbing a few times.
Yeah, plumbing. We have an electrical project that he's wanting to do.
Yeah, put lights over
his.
He's
waiting for it to get a little warmer out.
I think so. He's wanting to help with that, and then I know Nadia has helped or asked for your you helped with her plumbing because she had a couple of little holes. You and my dad both. Yeah, because
that jackass wanted to replumb her entire house for a pinhole leak.
Yeah, and you fixed it for what, $50?
No,
maybe
like $5.
Oh, $5.
Yeah,
like
it was literally one fitting fixed it.
Yeah, you put it in and it was done. You're like, okay, fixed, and she's like, what?
Yeah,
you're like, yep, that's it. So, like, I think I've talked about this. There's nothing that you cannot do.
That is patently untrue.
I mean, yes, there's a few things you physically and just cannot do, but.
I'm willing to take on almost anything.
Well, like my car, my what is that called? My windshield wiper.
Washer fluid.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not working right now. Mm-hmm. You took a peek at it. We're going to have to figure it out.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, for the most part, what to look for, what to look at, and potentially see what we can do for it.
Well, I mean, that's kind of like my job.
Exactly.
That's what I do for a living.
Right. But if anything goes wrong, even with Waylon, like with sewing, he came to you first. I know how to sew. I sew. I know how to sew, but he came to you first.
Well, he does that in general.
He does. He goes to you because you know more.
No, it's because I don't make him anxious.
Yeah, that might be true too.
Yeah.
I'm a little high strung sometimes.
Just a hair. I think there might be a villager out there.
Oh, okay. I'm like...
From Minecraft.
Aww.
Aww.
Aww. But, no, like, I always talk about... I mean, I love you, so of course I enjoy having you around. But I always say, Joe is just so handy to have around.
I am handy.
Like, if you don't know what to do or anything, like... I feel like sometimes it's even got to the point where even if I know how to do it, I go, Joe, oh my gosh, how do I do this?
Yeah.
And then I feel stupid. And I'm like, but I know how to do this. Why am I asking Joe how to do this?
Mm-hmm.
Because yes, I may be dependent.
Finish your sentence and I'll tell you if it's right.
I may be dependent upon you.
For?
Just things in general. Depend upon you for whatever. But I like to think of myself as an independent woman. Really? You don't have to laugh. You don't have to laugh. I'm a strong, independent woman, and I don't need no man. But no, like literally, I can move this whole house potentially by myself. But when you're here, nope.
Well, I mean, it's first of all fine to ask for help. And second of all, if I'm here, why not?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I help you?
Like when we moved the corner cabinet, I just started moving it.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, okay. I'm like, well, I'm moving it. You were doing something else. I can move it. Like I've moved that fucking corner cabinet. I don't know how many times by myself.
Mm-hmm.
I have. It's really not that hard. Now I can't get it in a house by myself or downstairs by myself.
Well, yeah. If it's on a flat surface, it slides.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, like, but I can move it around the house by myself.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm still very much like, help.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. Maybe I like doing things with you. I like you helping me. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Yeah.
If I'm here, why not? We enjoy doing things together.
We do. We actually do a lot of stuff together. We make a point to do that, too.
Yeah, we make a podcast together.
Well, we go out to dinner together, and we go grocery shopping together. Like, there's very few things that we do not do together.
Yeah.
And that's a choice.
Mm-hmm.
That's not just because. Jacqueline knows that when she invites one of us over, we're probably both going to be there.
Yeah.
Unless it's strictly just Jacqueline, Josh, and Joe taking pictures.
That nobody's salty about at all.
So Joe invited me, and then he goes, "Oh, no, you're not invited." And I was like, "Oh, okay, fine."
Yeah. That was like a year ago.
I know. It's just funny now.
Yeah. Hilarious.
I like the Monopoly thing. It's funny.
So funny.
It
Dying
is.
over here.
Shut up. But no, like, I've told you, you could go do things on your own.
Mm-hmm.
I can go do things on my own. And sometimes I do.
Yeah.
It's rare.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes I do. But I like that we do a lot of the stuff together because I like that you enjoy spending time with me and I like spending time with you.
Yeah.
To me, I feel like that makes our relationship stronger.
Yeah. Do we want to make this a two-parter?
We can make this a two-part. Okay, guys. So we're actually running a little long on this episode. So we're going to make this episode in a two-part series. We are going to do a separate drink. Or a different drink for the next one.
Yeah,
but
we're going to do a different drink.
But we do have a couple more quotes that we're going to continue with.
Yes.
We just kind of got off kilter.
Oh, I don't think so. I think we had a good conversation inspired by the topic that we came up with. And I think we can get another good conversation out of it still. So
well, I do
why not split it into two?
I do like how we segued nicely into your second one.
Yeah.
The Jack of all trades. Because it really segued nicely into it. That's why I was like, nope, just go ahead and do it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we are going to go ahead and stop this episode now.
Mm-hmm.
And come back for...
We'll pick up with the same
topic,
but next week.
Yes, and a different drink.
Yes.
All right.
All right, so you know where to find us. We're on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts,
Podcast Addict.
And probably anywhere else you can get podcasts.
Yes, like us on our socials, Facebook, Instagram.
Yep.
I think that's it now because we don't really go on TikTok anymore.
I don't think there would be like the picture of the drink, but I think other than that, we didn't talk about anything we need to post on this one.
No, not really.
Okay. Oh, the dumpsters.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we'll post the dumpsters. All
right, so look for that. That'll be on Instagram, Facebook.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
See you next time.
Have a good night.
Okay, bye.
Bye. That one was a good one.